Hello, I'm Morteza Kordi, and in this tutorial, we are going to learn about overriding in programming. So what is overriding in programming? Method overriding in object-oriented programming is a language feature that allows a subclass or child class to provide a specific implementation of a method that is already provided by one of its superclasses or parent classes. So why overriding? Why we have to use overriding inside our projects? The ability of a subclass to override a method allows a class to inherit from a superclass whose behavior is close enough and then to modify behavior as needed. Overriding is only exclusive to inheritance. So now it's time to show you some practical examples. So here it is my Kotlin file, here it is our main function. Now let's create a class. Let's say that we have a class called animal X, because we already have a class called animal inside our Kotlin project, so we don't have to actually create another class with the same name inside our project, because the compiler is going to actually complain, and we cannot do that. We cannot create two classes with the same name inside one project. So we have a class called animal X. So let's open and close this class by using these curly braces. So here I can say that every animal has a name. So let's say var name of type string, and then we can actually initialize this variable. So here this is just an instance variable. So now I want to provide a function, a method for this animal X class. I can say fun, and the name of my function is going to be fight, and then just put a pair of parentheses here and just open and close this method by using these curly braces. So here I just want to print something to the console. So println, now I can say the animal is fighting. So now this is our method, right? So now let's create another class. Let's say that we have a class called tiger. Let's open and close this class by using these curly braces. Now I want to say that this tiger class inherits from the animal X class. So first we need to put the open keyword before the class keyword here for this animal X class, so that we can actually inherit from this class. And then here, after this tiger name here, just put a colon and then refer to this animal X class, and then put a pair of parentheses here in order to specify that we are actually calling the constructor of the superclass. So inside this tiger class, now I want to override this fight method, because this tiger here, this tiger class, actually inherits from this animal X class. It actually inherits all of the features and behaviors of this animal X class. But there is a problem here. I cannot actually inherit this fight method from this animal X class, because if you want to inherit this fight method from this animal X class, you need to put again the open keyword before this fun keyword of this fight method. So now let's again just type in here fight, and here you can see that the autocomplete feature of IntelliJ IDEA IDE is helping us to choose this fight method from the animal X class, right? It says override fun fight. Let's choose this one and then press on enter key on our keyboard. So here take a look at this one. It says override fun fight super.fight. So super refers to actually an instance of type superclass. So when it says supers, it actually refers to an instance of type animal X class, an object of type animal X class, and it is calling the fight method here. So it's gonna actually print this value to the console. When we, for example, whenever I want, I can do that here. I can create an object of type tiger and then call the fight method, and it's gonna execute the implementation of the superclass, which is this one, animal X class. But what happens if I want to, for example, delete the implementation of the superclass? What happens if I want to put a completely different implementation for the fight method inside the tiger class? So I can say super.fight delete. Now we have this method fight, but this time I can say println two quotes, and I can say, for example, fight harder dot. So now you can see that the version of the fight method inside the Tiger class is completely different from the version of the fight method inside the AnimalX class. So although this method is actually inherited from the superclass, we put another implementation inside this method, inside this fight method. So that's called overriding in programming, in Kotlin programming language. So for example, if I actually go inside this main function here, I can create an object of type AnimalX. So let's say var, I can say my animal, assignment operator, AnimalX. Let's create an object of type AnimalX, and here I can say myAnimal.fight. So if I run the project now, in the console, it's gonna actually say the animal is fighting, because we are calling the fight method inside the AnimalX class. So here it says the animal is fighting. Now let's create an object of type tiger. Let's say that we have a variable, and the name of this variable is myTiger, assignment operator, and we can say tiger, a pair of parentheses. So here I can say myTiger dot fight. Now let's run the app. So now in the console, it's gonna say fight harder. Okay, so the version of the method inside the AnimalX class is completely different from the version of the method of the fight method inside the actually Tiger class, and we have two different implementations. But if you look deeper, the fight method here that we use inside this Tiger class is actually the same method inside the AnimalX class, because we are inheriting this method from the AnimalX class. But inside the Tiger class, we are using another implementation. Okay? So that's it. That's the concept of overriding in programming. If you have any questions about these concepts, please post a discussion in the course, and then I do my best to answer all of your questions. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.